My name is Moonpetrie, and it is the 4th of July. So today is day 4 of camp, and my fourth activity for brainstorming is something I have written down just as things I love. But it was an idea I got from Francesca Leobloch's book about writing, which is called The Thorn Necklace, and is largely about drawing from your own life experience, especially drawing from pain, in order to write with depth and meaning. And so this is a really fun activity. I'm sorry, the book sounds like a downer. It's not. It's a really fantastic book, and I strongly recommend it. But if you haven't read any Francesca Leobloch, read Weetzie Bat to start with. Weetzie Bat and that whole series, Dangerous Angels, it's many things, but one of the main things it is a love song to Los Angeles. And so you can feel her love for this city in intimate detail. And so I am going to be spending today writing a list, not just a list, but descriptions of things that I really love, so I can bring a different quality, of more depth and meaning to writing that includes these things that I have a great deal of passion for. So it sounds lovely. I'm going to get started. And now it's the 6th, so we need to do a little recap. So on the 4th, despite being distracted, as usual, the wind is making whooshing noises, and I'm afraid it's going to blow my iPad right over. So on the 4th, I did actually end up writing a lot. So this idea of writing about what you love, I felt like I approached it in a too close to the surface kind of way at first, and it took a while of really digging in before I got to stuff that I had deep feelings about that mattered a lot to me, whether that's, pregnancy, childbirth, and my kids, or this incredible experience that I had once of watching a mom in a children's section of a library picking up a book while her little kid was oblivious to this moment of magic that was happening. The mom picked up the book, and I saw it hit her face as she almost started to cry, and she was like, I remember this book from when I was your age. And kids have no capacity for sentimentality or nostalgia whatsoever, which is one of the beautiful things about them. And so the kid didn't care at all, but the mom had just experienced this incredible moment, and I got to witness it. And I have had that moment with books where it's not even the story or a specific memory of reading it or having it read to me, but something almost textural about the experience, very visceral feeling. I ended up writing over 1,000 words on the 5th, and I kind of wished that I'd been able to dig deeper right away, but I think maybe, and I noticed this again yesterday, that some of these exercises, it takes some warming up, and so I am doing better as I do more of it. Yesterday was the 5th, and there were incredible live streams all day long. I barely made it to any, but I did get to peek in occasionally. I ended up writing over 900 words. Yesterday's exercise was parallels. So this is a thing that you often see in TV episodes where the main plot line of that episode is echoed in something smaller happening to a different, more side character. So a sort of plot in miniature. I love them, and I find them very hard to achieve. So I'm always like, oh, I can do this, and then I do more of a like metaphorical echo, you know. Person can't bottle up their emotions anymore, and also pipes burst and flood their house. But I knew it was gonna fall over. But I was trying to do it really specifically with character plot lines, and I came up with some that I really liked. Some were a little cutesy. I really like young magic user trying to master a spell that will help them fly, but really struggling with it, has a family of birds nest outside their window and watches the baby birds learn to fly. So that feels like that would be great for, you know, a younger kid's chapter book, maybe middle grade. And then weirdly, a lot of it seemed like adult plot lines, which is a thing I encountered in some of these other exercises, ideas that seemed like, well, that would work for an adult book. My goodness, this wind. I would have to say my favorite was a writer whose queries keep getting rejected. Keeps getting notes on their door, under their door from an annoying neighbor and throwing them away. So I feel like a lot of what I came up with was little things that would be great in a short story. Not all of them would work as a significant part of a novel, but maybe some of them would work as a small hint in a novel. Today is gonna be really fun. Yeah. But also challenging, and another one of those things that I feel like I'm going to do better as I go. Like, I might want to try to get more like 1,000 words. But today's plan is to write ideas for plot twists, secrets for characters to be harboring, and questions. So sort of hearkening back to the fabulous first lines of wanting to provoke a plot question. Just trying to come up with these. I'm not sure how well it will work, as I don't have frameworks to insert them into. I do have some ideas, but I'm just going to try to be general or to shoehorn them into existing ideas that I have. Is that so? What you talking about? And I am just gonna get started and see where it goes. So I don't know if it was the nature of the project or the amount of thrillers that I've been reading lately, but it turned into, again, a lot of thrillery kind of ideas, and I guess that's to be expected either way. But I did come up with some stuff that could relate to an idea that I had, oh gosh, months ago. I think like beginning of January, and this puts kind of a science fiction spin on it. So I'm wondering if I can figure out how to do approximately the same thing, but magic instead of technology. I don't know. I'm gonna worry about that later. I did end up on a subreddit where people are telling their secrets that they would never tell to any actual human being, and that was that was alarming, but also time consuming because I just kept wanting to be more alarmed. I don't know. It says something unfortunate about me, but probably also about most of humanity. So I did have some ideas for personal secrets, some good ideas for plot twists. I was trying to say, okay, here's a twist, and then how could I twist it again? How could I twist it again? To try and come up with sort of multi-twist. Because I love when you get to the end and there's the twist and you're surprised, but there's still more to come. So that is just a thing I would love to figure out how to do myself, because I love to read it. I only ended up with 755 words, but that was just nap time, so maybe I can come up with more in the evening, so I will be able to give myself a second 500 word star sticker. But at least every day for the first 6 days of camp, I have worked on whatever the project of the day was, so I've been getting a sticker every day. We have had an emergency wardrobe change because of spit up, which happens. You got a flower. Tomorrow I will start looking at things from the villain's perspective. This is a thing that I know you're supposed to do and I have never managed to do it. Begin with the villain, begin with their plot, and then create a hero to foil their plot, rather than create a hero and put a villain in their way. So I'm excited, but a little apprehensive about that. But that will have to wait for the next vlog. Until next time, I am Moon Petrie. Try to have fun with whatever project it is you're working on. Tell me about it in the comments.